You think you know these bands because you dance to them. You don't know half the story of how their one big hit actually came to be. The most undeniable anthem on this entire list almost didn't exist. It was a commercial failure they had to bring back from the dead on a stubborn whim. And if you remember every single one of these songs, you know better than anyone why that decade is never coming back. Number 12. Michael Sembello, Maniac. Do you remember the first time you heard that urgent driving rhythm? It felt like somebody was running for their life. The producer was searching for music for a dance movie. When they played him this track, the groove felt absolutely perfect for the dance floor. But there was one problem. The original lyrics told the story of a serial killer loose in the city. They had to rewrite the entire song from scratch, under extreme pressure, right there in the studio. The result of that last-minute makeover was the explosive track you're about to hear. You didn't know any of that story at the time, but when you danced to it at the club, you felt that nervous, electric energy, like something was about to blow. That same rhythmic tension crossed the ocean and threw a very different kind of party. Number 11. Opus, Live is Life. That crowd of people singing their lungs out invited you to join in immediately, no questions asked, no explanation needed. They had run completely out of new material for the show. They threw something basic together in the dressing room and played it live. The audience reaction caught them so completely off guard that someone hit record and left the tape rolling. Listen to this. There is no original studio version of this song. The worldwide hit is that same raw recording crowd, singing the wrong words, clapping off the beat and all. You always knew this track smelled like a stadium. It was impossible to listen to it alone. It practically screamed at you to be surrounded by people jumping. And from jumping en masse, we moved to an entirely different kind of jungle, one that was completely manufactured from scratch. Number 10. Baltimora, Tarzan Boy. That electronic yell cut right through your skull and had your foot moving under the table whether you wanted it to or not. The guy you saw dancing in the videos was not the one singing. The real vocalist didn't have the look the television needed, so they hired a dancer to put his face in front of the camera instead. It was one of the first large-scale visual deceptions of the era. The dancer got all the fame, while the real singer stayed home collecting checks from the shadows. You didn't need to know who was actually singing. All you knew was that melody lifted your spirits the moment it started, without asking you to think too hard about anything. Subscribe to the channel if you want us to keep digging up these stories from the cassette tapes you wore out listening to them. Number 9. Matthew Wilder, Break My Stride. That bouncy, laid-back keyboard put a smile on your face before the very first bar was even done. The head of the record label heard the demo and told the artist it was completely worthless. He shut the door right in his face, and all that built-up fury came exploding out in this defiant chorus. Nothing gonna break The guy went and recorded the record himself in a cheap studio on his own dime. Weeks later, that same song was playing on every radio station in the country, making that executive look like a fool. When you hit play, you felt that stubborn, unshakable optimism. It was the perfect song for walking down the street feeling like absolutely nothing could go wrong. That bulletproof positivity ran head-on into the impenetrable mystery of the Europeans. Number 8. Desireless. Voyage, Voyage. That cold, precise, synthetic opening warned you immediately that you were stepping into a completely different musical territory. Nobody could explain why it worked. An older female singer singing entirely in French in a market completely dominated by English. The proof of that commercial anomaly is right here in this passage. Listen. It was a demolishing success in countries where nobody spoke a word of French. The melody was so dark and so infectious that the language simply stopped mattering altogether. You didn't understand the lyrics, but when it came on the radio, you felt that distant, worldly sophistication. It was like looking out through the window of an airport terminal late at night. A melancholy that another very unusual character also knew exactly how to make the most of. Number 7. Fr. David. Words. That soft, crystal clear keyboard stopped you cold and made you drop your guard completely. The singer always wore dark sunglasses. Everyone assumed it was the pose of an untouchable star, but the reality was that he suffered from extreme shyness and genuinely couldn't look people in the eye. The song is literally about that very thing, the inability to find the right words to connect with another person. The man turned his biggest social flaw into a massive commercial hit. You'd let it play when you were by yourself, because that vulnerability hit close to home. He was a regular guy, talking about a real problem. No rock star mask, no pretense. Words don't come easy. Sometimes that much calm and quiet needs to get run over by a truck full of neon lights. Number 6. Lips Inc. Funky Town. That sharp synthesizer hit sent you straight to the center of the dance floor, with no stops in between. The producer lived in a cold, boring city and spent his days dreaming about moving to New York. All that frustration of wanting to be somewhere better came pouring out into this unmistakable robotic groove they put together. They recorded everything with primitive machines, trying to replicate the sound of the great world capitals. The result was a plastic anthem that survived the death of disco and kept right on going. You always knew this groove had no expiration date. When you heard it, you felt like you were standing at the center of the most important place in the world. Drop us a comment and tell us which club you used to dance to these tracks at. We are reading every single one. Number 5. Tony Basil. Mickey. That marching band's snare drum marked the beat and had you standing at attention before you even knew what was happening. The song had been sitting in a drawer for years. Originally, it was about a girl named Kitty. They changed the name at the last minute and added those cheerleader chants that you absolutely have to hear right here. The lead singer was already 40 years old when she filmed that video dressed as a schoolgirl. It was such a perfectly engineered marketing product that nobody thought to question the age of the person leading the cheer. When that 4 on the floor rhythm kicked in, you knew the party had reached its peak. It was pure, guilt-free, disposable fun that left you bouncing off the walls with a huge grin on your face. And from that harmless bounce, we jump to a keyboard that was born out of something much angrier and much deeper. Number 4. Men Without Hats. The Safety Dance. That thick voice declaiming over the bouncy keyboard threw you off balance before you even got to the chorus.
We can leave your friends behind, 'cause your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance...
The singer got thrown out of a club for dancing too wildly and bumping into people. He walked home completely furious and decided then and there to get his revenge on the bouncers who'd tossed him out.
We can go if we want to, night is young and so am I.
The lyrics are a direct protest against the strict rules of nightclubs. They turned a Saturday night temper tantrum into a massive declaration of personal freedom.
We can dance, everything's out of control.
You could tell the song was basically giving you permission to do whatever you wanted. You felt that absurd freedom of moving badly on purpose just to annoy everyone around you. That innocent rebellion hit a wall when a very heavy last name knocked on the door. Number 3. Rockwell. Somebody's Watching Me. That sharp, paranoid keyboard put fear in your chest and the urge to move in your feet at the exact same time. You knew that background voice was unmistakable. You felt that beautiful discomfort, knowing there was a huge secret hiding right out in the open. A massive secret that was only there to set the stage for the saddest piano of the entire decade. Number 2. When in Rome, The Promise. That hammered piano climbing up and falling back down hit you with a wave of nostalgia right in the middle of your chest.
If you need a friend, don't look.
They were on the verge of breaking the band up completely out of money. They rented a cheap piece of equipment for 1 hour to record one last idea before calling it quits for good. The proof of that final desperate urgency is right here. Listen.
I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. Promise.
The song exploded after they had already thrown in the towel. It was an accidental miracle that brought a dead career back to life, almost exactly like the commercial failure I mentioned right at the top of this list.
I promise you I will.
You'd let that heavy melody take you by the hand and lead you somewhere, setting the stage for the most spectacular resurrection this entire countdown would ever see. Because the leap toward that definitive miracle was only one drumbeat away. Number 1. Aha! Take on Me. That bouncing synthesizer lifts you right off the ground from the very first second and wipes every problem clean out of your head. The record label released this song twice. Both times it was an absolute commercial failure. It sold practically nothing. They were on the verge of dropping the band entirely when a stubborn producer insisted on recording it one more time with a different rhythm. It was that third chance that saved them. The undisputed anthem of the 80s wasn't born from genius. It was born from one man's refusal to admit defeat. You always felt there was something magical in that electronic drum pattern. When you heard it, you felt that joyful urgency, knowing those guys were telling you the story of how they beat the system. The 80s have so many more stories like these. Let's keep exploring them together.